We'll try it again. Hi again, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live quilting chat, Tipsy Tuesday. Okay. Hi everybody, welcome to our show. Sorry for the little no sound, but we are back and in for a fabulous, fabulous show. So don't go anywhere. Of course, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to our channel. That red YouTube button just in the lower right corner, hit that to subscribe. You don't want to miss a show. And then of course, if you're watching on Facebook, just make sure you like our page and sign up for notifications. Then you will never miss us. Yes, we love some great feedback. You got to keep commenting throughout the show because we have a live winner every show and we love to hear what you think. Thumbs up and hearts included. We love, love, love that. So big show. We are going to reveal our Christmas and Year Mystery Block of the Month, a program that we've been working on for over a year. And so it's an exciting day and something that I've been anticipating for a long time. So I can't wait to show it to the world. But of course, like I said, giveaway question at the end of the show and another, just from commenting you guys, you get another chance to win a $25 gift card to GE Designs. So let's start with the basics. To announce our winner from last week's show, I asked you, do you like surprises? And our winner is Linda Playman. Congratulations, Linda. Linda says, sometimes I want to be surprised, sometimes not. I do like quilting surprises, though. That's always a given. And I hope those of you that did partake in the Christmas in Europe month by month with us enjoyed the mystery. I know it can be nerve-wracking because I think the reveal was quite different than anybody could have imagined. So let's start with our quilts on the set. I've got some beautiful flannel quilts behind me. I told you I was working on a bunch, and so I have some of them finished. We're going to start with the one on the wall. This is from our Autumn Gatherings neutral bundle. It's supersized steamy windows. I had made one from last year's bundle and gave it away, so I had to make another one. I love this quilt. And here's the this is the lap size. It's a large lap. Nice and long for those larger people like me. Nope, not so much, but I like my lap size quilts to cover me all the way up and tuck my feet in. And then in the corner we have an Elvira that I was piecing. I showed you some blocks. This is from our Let It Snow flannel. And the quilting pattern on it is just called Ripples. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. The quilting pattern on the big steamy windows is called London Fog. And then on the cabinet is my Sarah quilt from the Autumn Gatherings as well, but the colorful bundle. And I love this, and check this out. We went out the day before it snowed here on Thursday evening and got these incredible photos with the colors being just right. So I absolutely loved it. Even Kobe got a little in on the action. Now, I do apologize if there's a little delay between my mouth and the words you're hearing. We're still working on that sync issue, and I think we've narrowed it down. Mr. HP is not with us today. He's actually in LA on a gig, but Kobe's there. Kobe, you want to say hi? Oh, he's just going to take a nap. Before we get started on Christmas in Europe, by the way, I'm going to take you through the whole story. I wanted to mention that our new bundle club is being packaged right now and will be in our subscribers' hand. It will ship on the 20th, like it will every 3 months. And it will be in our subscriber hands as early as Friday, those of you that are close by. I will be doing a reveal of the bundle club for the October 2022, just like I do for Color Club. So we really ask our subscribers, please, 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 to keep their shipments hush-hush until I reveal it on our show. The Bundle Club reveal will take place on Friday, October 28th. October 28th. I know it seems a long ways away, but we really, really want to give our international subscribers a chance to experience the surprise. And there's also a little bit of a second aspect to the club, which you will find out about during our reveal. So always something to look forward to around here, isn't it? So let's talk about Christmas in Europe. Yes, so this journey started quite a long time ago. The origin, of course, comes from, I don't know if you know about my first mystery block of the month that I did. It was called Stroll in Paris. It was based on my trip to Paris, and I got to experience the city by just walking all over the place, taking photos, and being inspired by what I saw. And literally, the quilt came to me on the plane home. So that was our first mystery block of the month. And then as I contemplated where to go next, I was also doing tours to Germany and Iceland over the holidays, visiting the Christmas markets, and I've done quite a bit of traveling in Europe during that holiday season, so I thought it was just perfect to celebrate Christmas and educate ourselves a little bit on the different traditions that are, some of them very similar in the different countries, some of them very unique. And it's just been such a thrill it was a thrill for me to create it. It was a thrill for me to hear from you, the feedback every month. And so you always learn something new, and you get to make a quilt along the way. So this dated way back. I knew I wanted to do a fabric kit to go with this, because when we did Stroll in Paris, I just kind of made a few kits, and they just sold out really, really fast. So we wanted everybody to have an opportunity to get their hands on a fabric kit, which was quite the package. And so this was curated. I even specially had the backing fabric printed specially for us, special orders on the other fabrics. So it was a long time. So the date back, this dates back to February, well, early, like January, February of 2020. That's when some of you reserved your fabric kit. No, 2021, sorry. It's 2021. I'm going a little too far. 2021, that's when some of you reserved your fabric kit, and we're all gung-ho that you were going to go on this journey with me. Now, we were originally going to kick it off in July, but you all remember last year with all of the supply chain issues, we had delays in fabric deliveries, so we pushed it back and pushed it back. So the first block went live in you guys' account in September of 2021. So it's been over a year, quite the journey from start to finish. So let's take a look at our start. And so the first thing that you received, I should say that Christmas in Europe, for those of you that are tuning in and have no idea what this was, so Christmas in Europe was a mystery block of the month, or is a mystery block of the month. It's still a mystery. And so I released a block at a time. It was all digital, delivered to you PDF pattern, and you got a video class with every single block, every single month. You got a pattern and a video. So 14 sessions, 14 months. Some of the months included a couple of videos and a couple of patterns. So it's been quite the fun. So here's our fabric guide that everybody started with. So we'll put this is the second page. So the first page you needed a background fabric, two background fabrics, a dark and a light. In our case, that was a grunge white paper and a spotted graphite. And then there was a border fabric, which we used a red print from Christmas Morning. And then there was a binding fabric, which was a stripe also from Christmas Morning. And then a backing fabric, which we had specially printed for us. This was from a previous 2 years back Christmas line by Moda. So then the rest of the kit consisted of fat quarters, 5 red ones, 3 green, and 3 browns, a white fat quarter, a taupe fat quarter, a gold one, and kind of a gray one. So that was our kit, or those of you that picked your own fabrics, those were your fabric pulls from your stash. So alongside the fabric kit, we also had a thread pack developed by, that I worked with Oracle on. So I put together a thread pack that matched all the fabrics perfectly. So that is still, a few of those still available, but that was where we all started. So let's start with our first block. Our first block, so our first video that you got, it was twofold. So we're starting with, I'm going to call it block 0. And those of you that did Christmas in Europe with me, you all know about the sugar plum fairies. So one of the things I always connect with Christmas is the Nutcracker ballet or just the Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky. All through my childhood, the ballet was played on television on Christmas Eve, and we would watch it every year, which is a very common occurrence in Europe. So to this day, there's just something about hearing that music that just says, yes, it's Christmas time to me. So my favorite was always the dance of the sugar plum fairy. So I designed a block that I called the Sugar Plum Fairy, which is a little bit something, yeah, there you can see them all scrunched together because they had to make quite a few of those. But this is why I started the program with this. So they had been, I gave you the opportunity to make them periodically throughout the whole year. So you didn't have to sit down and make all of them at the same time. But here is what the actual block looks like. If you look at the overhead here, this is what one sugar plum fairy looks like. And we had 5 different red fabrics. So we made quite a lot of them. Made 40 of them, actually. 40, yeah, I know that was a lot, but you know, they had a whole year. So this is where we started. So let's look at our next block, which was block number 1. And that is the Christmas tree. So the origination of the modern Christmas tree is thought to be in Germany back in the 1600s. But the tradition of bringing evergreens and branches inside dates further back to paganism, as they decorated for the winter solstice. So legends in the Baltic countries say that the tradition of a decorated tree originated there and not in Germany. And the first written record of a decorated Christmas tree is in Riga, Latvia, in around 1510. So that was our first block, our Christmas tree block, and we actually made 2 of these, 2 blocks. It was based on the construction. It made sense to make 2 blocks. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about later on. I know you've been all wondering about the second tree, what to do with, but you will find out about that in the end. Moving on to our block number 2, called the Candle Pyramid. The German candle pyramid is an ornate piece of artwork which uses the heat of a candle that a candle generates to rotate a fan or a windmill, which will then move delicately carved figurines and images around in a circle. Some candle pyramids are simple, demonstrating only one scene, while others are very complicated, multi-story, with thought-out orders of procession, all telling a story. Now, if you've ever been to Germany around Christmas time or any time, you will probably see these figures everywhere. And so I knew I wanted to create a block to represent that because it's just so unique. And I remember having those when I was a little kid at home. We had a little candle pyramid at home. All right, so this one kind of represented Germany. So let's move on to block number 3. There isn't Christmas without gifts. So gift giving has its roots in pagan rituals held during the winter. Early Romans celebrated the god Saturn. As Christianity spread throughout the Roman land, the tradition for bearing gifts was tied to the story of baby Jesus and the 3 wise men. The Magi. So the gift giving is a tradition in all European countries which can occur throughout the month of December into January, celebrating Epiphany. I really wanted to celebrate one country in particular because I thought that was so unique, and that is Italy. Italy has 5 gift givers represented in the block that we're going to see. So St. Nicholas comes on December 6th, Santa Lucia on December 13th, Baby Jesus on December 24th, Father Christmas on December 25th, and then Befana shows up on Epiphany on January 6th. So the block, on purpose, has 5 gifts representing those Italian 5 gift givers. Yes, very unique, and I thought that was what probably was something that all kids would have liked to be Italian around this time. All right, so let's move on to number 4. Of course, this one I am very, very, very close to my heart. It's called the shoe in the window. So in many European countries, St. Nicholas will put small gifts and treats in children's shoes or boots on December 6th. Iceland has its very unique tradition. The 13 Yule lads, or Santas, start their trek one by one from the mountains into town 13 days before Christmas. Children will put their shoe in the window, and if they've been good, they will receive something nice. If they've been naughty, the shoe will contain a raw potato in the morning. So block number 4 is, of course, the shoe in the window. That's, of course, my childhood. And I can tell you some raw potato stories, both from me as a child and from my children. We got them all. Block number 5. The king wreath, or king cake, is usually served on Epiphany in different forms in many countries like Spain, Portugal, France, and Germany. It celebrates the arrival of the 3 kings, or wise men, to visit baby Jesus. The tradition was brought to the American Gulf Coast by French settlers, and a version of the cake is associated with Mardi Gras and served through Carnival. Sometimes a baby Jesus figurine is hidden in the cake, which supposedly brings luck and blessings to the one who gets it. So our block 5 celebrated that. We have the wreath, and then we have the king crown on top. So beautiful tradition from Southern Europe, I would say, mostly. And of course, spread throughout the world from there. Block number 6. The Yule log. The custom of burning the Yule log goes back to medieval times and before. It was originally a Nordic tradition for the winter solstice festival. The log burning tradition involved bringing a Yule log into a home and placing the large end inside the fireplace to feed a fire that would last throughout the 12 days of Christmas. The traditions regarding the log vary a bit between countries, but it's still very present in many parts of the UK and specifically France. A chocolate Yule log, or bûche de Noël, is now a popular Christmas dessert, traditionally eaten in France and Belgium. So we're dedicating this block number 6, the Yule log, to France. Beautiful tradition, and even though other countries have similar things, we kind of always narrowed in on the one. Block number 7. Christmas crackers are traditional Christmas favorite in the United Kingdom. They were first made in about 1845 to 1850. The Christmas crackers that are used today are short cardboard tubes wrapped in colorful paper. There's normally a cracker next to each plate on the Christmas dinner table. When the crackers are pulled with a bang, a colorful party hat, a toy or gift, and a festive joke falls out. The party hats look like crowns, and it's thought that they symbolize the crowns that might have been worn by the three wise men. So our Christmas cracker block has 2 crackers, 2 different sizes, just to have a little dimension to it. Block number 8. In many European oceanfront and island communities, decorating your boats for Christmas is just as important as your house. This is a long-standing tradition in Greece, especially in the islands. Boats are decorated on December 6th and are displayed until January 6th, Epiphany. On Christmas Eve, Greek children would visit neighbors to sing carols. The carolers carried small wooden or paper boats, which they had lovingly been preparing, and then they would be rewarded with treats such as cakes or candy into their little boats. And I have to say, any communities in Europe where on the ocean, all the small little fishing villages in Iceland, they all put Christmas lights on their boats. All right, block number 9. And it's called the Karavaki. So this is our block. 8 is the Christmas Karavaki boat. Block number 9 is actually a 2-part. The Yule goat is a Scandinavian and Northern European Christmas symbol, most likely originating in paganism. It has existed in many variants through Scandinavian history, specifically in Finland and Sweden. Now the goat is mainly seen as a straw ornament which guards the house and Christmas tree. There's a character in folklore that is adored in Scandinavian countries. Julenisse in Norway and Denmark, Juletomte in Sweden, and Julelad in Iceland. Starting off as mischievous, elf-like creatures, they evolved into characters somewhat similar to Santa Claus for Scandinavian children. They bring gifts and treats, but some of them haven't lost their teasing ways and bring joy with their antics during the Christmas season. So our block 9 combines these 2 Scandinavian icons, the Christmas goat and the Juletomte, together in a block. Cute? I think so. All right, moving on to number 10. Candles and Christmas go hand in hand all over the world. Many European countries place candles and electric Christmas lights in their windows through the holiday. There is an old tradition in Ireland where people put a tall, thick candle on the sill of the largest window after sunset on Christmas Eve. The candle is left to burn all night and represents a welcoming light for Mary and Joseph. So our block 10 is dedicated to that tradition in Ireland, candle in the window. Really a fun technique to put this one together, a lot easier than it looks. All right, so next up, block number 11. Woven paper hearts, or julehjerter, is a Danish tradition thought to have been started by Hans Christian Andersen in the mid-1800s. Even though they have been made by Danish children for over a century, the craft is known in other Scandinavian countries. Gingerbread hearts on strings are a common vision in many booths at Christmas markets all over Europe. The German Lebkuchenherzen are even found outside of Germany, like nearby Switzerland and Austria. So our block 11, we actually made 4 blocks. 2 of them were woven paper hearts, and 2 of them were Lebkuchen, or gingerbread hearts. So that is our block 11. Moving on to 12. We're getting there. We're getting there. Stars are a common decoration all over Europe. They are the most common tree topper for the Christmas tree. Lit up paper stars hang in windows similar to a Moravian star, and many ornaments are in the shape of stars. The star represents the Star of Bethlehem that guided the three wise men to Jesus. Switzerland has a very fun tradition called star singing. Children will go carol singing from the last week of Advent until Epiphany, carrying a large star in front of them. So block number 12 is dedicated to that tradition of star singing, and it is a star. Beautiful, fun, unique little star, but just the one star. Block number 13. I remember making paper snowflakes every year throughout my childhood to decorate with either at home or at school for the classroom. I believe the tradition is known all over Europe. The tradition has its deepest roots in the Ukraine. The childish and amateur snowflakes we created by folding paper and cutting it into it fade quickly in the shadow of the gorgeous hand-carved paper snowflakes created by artisans in the Ukraine. So our block 13, we made quite a few paper snowflakes dedicated to the Ukraine. That was block 13. And that actually concluded our blocks. Well, not quite. So because our part 14 was when they started to put it all together, but we're not going to show you the whole quilt yet. First, they had to make the filler blocks. So the first video they received in the finishing was the filler blocks. So that had to be, they had to make 3 blocks. 2 of them were just large half square triangles, and then the other one was consisting of the brown fabrics in their fabric selection. So we called it the trunk. So then they also had to watch another video and finish another pattern, and that I called the ornament blocks. The ornament blocks used the beautiful sugar plum fairies. So they turned all of their sugar plum fairies into blocks. Beautiful, what we call the ornament blocks. And so the ornament blocks, they made 10 of them, and that finalized the block making. And the next step was to put it all together. So those of you that actually took my advice and kept the surprise and started sewing on the finishing, that hopefully kept the suspense a little longer. And so let's get ready to look at our final quilt. It is behind me right now. So we're gonna zoom out a little bit before. But here she is, Christmas in Europe. Yes, great. So ornament blocks or sugar plum fairies became a Christmas tree, right? With the trunk on the bottom, the star on the top. We have our Yule log and our Christmas crackers on the top. Our hearts are hanging on the side. We have, of course, gifts under the tree. The tomty and the goat are also under the tree, goat protecting the Christmas tree. And then we have our blocks on the side. We have 2 windows and symmetrical fun. Finished off with all of the snowflakes on the bottom. So voila! I wish I could hear the oohs and the ahs. So please just put them into words and type them out, everybody. This has been such fun. Let's take a look at the whole big picture so that you can really see everything. So there it is, Christmas in Europe. Yes, it was fun seeing you try to put the layout together, and I don't think anybody was even close. My quilt was quilted by the amazing Teresa Silva. So custom quilted And we're going to take a deeper look and a closer look at some of the blocks. Andrea took some wonderful photos so we can really see the textures and the quilting. And so, so this quilt was a 73 by 75, so almost a square, but it has an option. If you add a large border to it, you can make it a bed size. So there are some of the blocks. There's the pyramid, we have the gifts, and yes, I did not put any bows on my gifts because Scandinavian look is quite minimalistic. Most countries don't over decorate their packages, so I kept it very kind of modern and minimalistic in that sense. But of course, wonderful to see all your edits. We have the king wreath and the Yule log burning. And then the Christmas crackers. We have the Christmas karavaki. And love that, love that. The goat and the julenisse. The Christmas, the candle in the window and the hearts. I love the texture on the background. It's like there's a snowstorm happening. And then we have the star topper and the snowflakes to cover the bottom edge. And there's the whole center of the quilt. And then, of course, the border does finish it up really nicely. Now, you might take a little peek at that backing fabric. It is quite gorgeous with the binding. It just turned out really amazing. I think even if I say so myself, I really loved the journey. I went through the journey quite a bit ahead of you guys, but it was just as much of a journey to hear and see the reaction of all of you throughout this whole time. So I know that you're all going to ask, what are we doing with that second tree block? Yes. There is an extra tree block. And why did I make you make two if they're not going in the quilt? Well, those of you that made the block, you saw that we made strip sets that we're going to cut and then into squares and then on the diagonal. So you need a diagonal of each size. So it was either we cut them and throw away two of them, which I'm not about. I'm not about throwing away any fabric, especially if we've already pieced it. So I thought, you know what? We are going to make two blocks. It's going to throw them off too. So we started off with two blocks. But no worries, you're not going to throw away your block. I am giving you a bonus pattern for a little wall hanging using your second tree block next month. So November 15th, you'll still get something in your email, in your account. You've been getting something for 14 months. On the 15th. So we're not going to stop now. One more little thing. So let's, I know this question, so those of you that cannot do mysteries, and now that you see the quilt and you absolutely love it and you would love to do it, well, yes, we still do have some kits. The digital package of all 14 is still available. You can also break it down and just buy one at a time. And we have a little special. So our digital package was $89.95 before today. Today it is $69.95, so $20 off. And on top of that, if you purchase a fabric kit and the digital package in the same order, we will send you a $30 gift card to shop at GE Designs for a later purchase. So that's $50 off. So if it's just not enough to see the quilt, this offer will be valid through October 31st. And our thread kits are also discounted, so snatch these up, or if you have friends that didn't dare to do it, make sure you let them know. And a lot of you are saying, oh, of course, now I want one, now that I see it. It's kind of funny and fun for me to hear how some of you just really trust me. I had so many of you say, I really don't like mystery quilts. I never do mysteries, but Gudrun, I trust you, so I'm going to do it. And I'm so glad that you did, and I hope you enjoyed it. So those of you that made Stroll in Paris with me trusted me on this one, that it was going to be good. So that's really just music to my ears, and makes me all warm and fuzzy to hear that. So there's the kit. Let me show you. I got the thread packs. If not, just for a little memento to get some thread for a good price. It's actually a really great deal, these, because it's 6 spools for 69 bucks. Big spools. And then this is a lot of fabric. Of course, it includes the exclusive backing, so all the fabric is in here. Backing, this is the only place you can get this fabric, the backing for this, so it's in the whole kit. However, I wanted to tell you, we saved some of the border fabric. So the red border fabric, we have some of that in the store. So we cut it into 2 yards because that's what you need for the quilt. So if you want to play with just using some of your fat quarters, you can also purchase the 2 yards of the border fabric. We do have the binding fabric available in 1 yards. And we also have the 2 background fabrics, which is grunge white paper and spotted graphite. I actually put all of those products into the block of the month, on the website. So if you go to block of the month, you'll see all the Christmas in Europe, and you'll find those fabrics there if you're looking for them specifically. Of course, the kit is there, and also the digital package. You'll see all of that. So I think this was worth the wait, wasn't it? It was worth the wait. And I know you're going to be asking, when's the next one? Just give me a minute. I do want to mention, though, some of you have asked, they love the stories, they love some of the photos and the stuff that we showed in the videos, and would love kind of a real memento to go with the Christmas in Europe block of the month. Well, my intention is to put it all together into a book sometime early next year. Into the book, you will have lots of photos. There will be some bonus patterns utilizing some of the blocks and the techniques. There might be some recipes, some more stories, and of course, lots of beautiful eye candy photos. So just hold on. Everybody that did and purchased the block of the month, of course, will get a great deal once that comes out, but it's going to be some months. Everybody, just please don't start asking when the book comes out. I will let you know. I will let you know. And of course, just make sure you are subscribed to our newsletter. That's when you'll find out everything first. And of course, by watching our shows. So let's answer some of the questions. The fabric kit is sold completely separately because the pattern and video package is just digital. So that's separate. The fabric is separate. So you can order just the pattern and digital package. You will get the fabric requirements, and you can pull fabrics on your own. A lot of people did that. And then the fabric kit is completely separate. But if you buy just the fabric kit, you do need to purchase the digital package with all the patterns. And that's a deal, $69.95 for 14 patterns and videos. That's $5 a piece. I don't think that's a lot. So as you know, some of you know how much work went into each one. And I take you through every step, making the whole block with you. So anybody that's not done a lot of quilting can do this, really can do this. All right. A book of the stories would be perfect. Oh, there you go. Did you say who did the quilting? Yes, Teresa Silva did the quilting. She's amazing. We will put links to her profile. She's out in Oregon. Has quilted a lot of my custom quilts. She does amazing work. And so we will include a lot of the close-up photos to see if you wanted to try and replicate it. But it's beautiful. All right, any more questions? What do you recommend for the average person to do for the quilting? Is my long arm? Yeah, you can contact Teresa. I'm sure we will have some close-ups of the block. So if you want to try and replicate it, I think actually if you are If you like free motion on your own machine, you can do some of these. It's not super difficult, I don't think. Not in my opinion. So you could also do an all-over pattern, just a nice all-over pattern on this quilt. You can do so many things. Just make it yours. Really. Are there any CIE quilt kits left? Yes, we have some left. And remember, if you buy the kit and the digital package, you get a $30 gift card sent to you to go shopping later. I think that's all. I'm making sure I didn't miss any information. Oh, Martha said a great comment. I feel like my piecing improved making this quilt. It does. When you do go from, piecing large things and you have to do something a little bit smaller scale, you can take your time with each block. You can watch the video throughout. I give you tips throughout the videos. And so it really does make you a better quilter, I think, whenever you tackle something that you might not have done before, or something that you can kind of really break down each block and do over such a long time. So, all right, raise your hand. Okay, let me see. Will the videos and patterns be in my account forever? Yes. Any purchases you make from GE Designs of digital products are in your account forever. Yes. Any more questions? Okay. So let me just throw this out there. Show of hands. Raise your hand. You can just type out hand. If you would do a mystery quilt with me again. Someone's going to say, oh, no, 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 no. Was this stressful? No, it wasn't. It wasn't stressful. It was fun. Okay, yes, yes, yes. They are raising their hands virtually. I've still got some fabrics to show you. This was not the only new thing, although it is a beautiful new thing. And we are going to Houston Quilt Market, or Quilt Festival and Market. Quilt Festival, we're bringing this quilt, and hopefully, maybe if there's some kits left, we will bring them. Who knows? Remember, the special goes through Halloween, October 31st. That's the special with the gift card, the $50 total off. So, lots of hands raised. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I got two bundles to show you. And I know it's Christmas. We're all in Christmas theme, but these are not Christmas. So, two great lines that just came in. One from beloved designer, Juicy Juice from Andover. The line is called Fabrics from the Basement. Who sews in their basement? all of my fabric used to be from the basement. But this one is really unique. I always consider his lines such kind of a basic stock to kind of have, because it intermingles and mixes with different things. His colorways are always spot on unique. So let's check out these fabrics from the basement. It's a 10-piece bundle. So starting with this is one of the main prints that comes in multiple colors. I love the scribbles and the little textures in between the words. So beautiful, kind of a rose mauve color that is actually very popular these days. The second one here is it is a texture. It reminds me almost of scales, but I think that's not really what it is. Kind of like chicken feet texture, but it's really cool. Then we have a typography print with letters. It's kind of like a word search almost, but it's got numbers and letters and then little symbols. I love that there's a little hangman here. Hangman symbol. Then we have that textured print again in a deeper plum color. We have some spider webs. You know, they're found in basements, not just for Halloween. And then we have the type again in the blue. We have the textured print in a lighter blue. And then the typography, the main print in the white with black and blue print on it. We have the diagonal kind of acts as a stripe. It's the scribbles that go in on the diagonal. I really like this one. Really a fun texture. And then finally, the main print here, white on black. So this is fabric from the basement. We have the white print. It's called Rant. That's funny. Fabric from the basement, Rant. This is, yeah, when you go on a rant, because there's ink blots too. You write really hard. So we have that in 1 yard. And then, so for the other colors, I did pull just very similar color stories. Starting on this end over here, so really nice, kind of that pink color, slow stroll, twilight petal. So that rose, light rose, mauve color. For the middle one, the bumbleberries and milk chocolate. And for the darker hues, I went with worn crock and the wild berry. For the blues, on the darker one, we did grunge blue, true blue. So really quite matches the dark hue here. And then the bumbleberries in the midwinter blue. For the blacks, I threw in the spotted celestial. I love black with white on it. It would mix in perfectly. And then for this base color, the best match would be a grunge eggshell to add in as a background. So this is our fabric from the basement. It's cute. And like I said, I love these as just stash builders because it kind of, they mix well with other stuff. They're really unique colors if you're looking for specific colors. And they have this gradation to it too, which is always really helpful. All right, and then I have another brand new one called Blossom. This is this is not Blossom, sorry guys. It's called Gala. It's from Wyndham Fabrics, and another unique line of fabric. It's a 12-piece bundle, and we're starting with this beautiful kind of dandelion print. I love the depth of the texture. We're going from the darkest grays to the lighter, and then topped with the dandelions on top in that lightest color. Then we go another gray color that mixes in a little bit of the other colors. So gray background and bringing in the blues and the greens, this beautiful olive green. So here's one of my favorite prints. I love this kind of directional stripe with all of these colors in it. I just love this. Super pretty fabric. We have a tone on tone. I love this basic. These circles, but then there's a texture behind it, so there's a lot of depth to this tone on tone. We have then the floral in the lightest green. So we're kind of going a little bit dark to light. We have the dots on this beautiful deep burgundy background. And the tone on tone again with the circles in this kind of a Merlot red. Why am I talking about wine? I must be craving something. Then we have mixing in some of the blue and the green in this one with that Merlot kind of background. And then we have that same print again in the blue. Taking you into the lighter blues, the floral, and then finishing off with the tone on tone print here in the light blue. And last but not least, this, my favorite, blender with all the colors in it on the light blue background. So this is Gala. Really unique colors and beautiful prints. So I love this tone on tone print so much that I had to have them in 1 yard. So we have the burgundy, we have the sky, and then we have the olive color in those hues. We also have a stripe that is not in the bundle, a beautiful stripe that has different widths of stripe, but all the colors coming together in this one. So these are available, and then plus a background. So a light gray print on a white background that is available only in 1 yard. So these two are just 1 yard, but from the same line. And then I did a fabric pull as well, of course. Of course. So starting with the grays, the deco stitch and the granite, I would go with that for the darker gray, and then a little bit lighter, the moonscape shadow with the white ties in with the dandelion prints. For the greens, I did a dark and a light too. The bumbleberries olive for the lighter hues, and then the worn croc and the bayou for the darker. I love that it has so much texture as well. We have a bumbleberries dark terracotta for the red hues. For the blues, grunge and the nocturne for the darkest, deco stitch indigo sky, and then a moonscape starlight for the lightest blue. And if you wanted something different to use for a background, I would definitely go with a white background for this and do something either using the Gala in the white or the grunge eggshell would be my choices for background for this bundle. So this is Gala by Wyndham. Beautiful, beautiful. So that is, oh, I'm forgetting the main thing. Gala comes with 108s. So we have the floret, the main print, on a larger scale. I love that there's a scale difference. So larger scale for large quilt backs. We have both the Noble colorway and the Storm. So this is more the creams and gray, light grays, and this is the darker grays and a little bit of taupe. So also available both in the 3-yard wide back and in a 1-yard, I believe. So that is our fabric for our new fabric for today. Of course, if you haven't or didn't do Christmas in Europe with us, you better make sure if you want to do it and want to do it like ours, take advantage. I think those kits are not going to last very long now that the reveal has happened and everybody gets permission to share their quilts on social media. So go check out our website. It's going to be under Block of the Month. You'll find the digital package there, the kit, and then the fabrics if you just want to pick a few that I told you about. So let's finish off with our live winner. Live winner, thank you all for all of your comments. You've been really active. It's been fun for me because I didn't get to see the, I didn't get to hear those. I wish I could videotape them and send them to me. But our live winner, Andrea, you have a live winner for us for today. It is Melanie Murphy. Congratulations, Melanie. $25 gift card is yours. Send an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com. And that goes for you, Linda, earlier winner today. Send an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com, and we will get you your gift cards so you can go shopping. And here's your second chance to win if you missed out on this one. So I have a giveaway question. All you got to do is answer it in the comments. And this one is simple. Which one of the CIE blocks, CIE is our Christmas in Europe, which one was your favorite? Which block was your favorite? Either just to look at if you didn't sew it, or which one was your favorite to make? Because a lot of them had really unique techniques. So they were really fun to make. Of course, piece of cake using the stripology rulers, right? So let us know in the comments. You're automatically entered for our giveaway for our next show, which will take place next Tipsy Tuesday. Will take place next week, October 25th at 4 p.m. Central. But we will, of course, be live. HP will be back on Friday, and that's October 21st. We will be live at 12 noon Central Time, 12 noon Central Time. Yeah, it's not 3 p.m. That was 3 p.m. That was just this last week. That was because of a Johan birthday. It will be 12 noon. It's going to be live from Florida. Yes, we are heading south. Snow on the ground in Minnesota. We're out. Not for long. We are heading down south so we can get Kobe settled in our new house. Kobe's going down for the winter, down south for the winter. We will be heading to Quilt Market and Quilt Festival a week later, which is exciting. Hopefully we will see some of you there, but we will keep our shows going. So 2 shows next week, and of course this Friday We will see you there. Thank you all for all your great comments. Keep them coming, and I cannot wait to see your finished quilts, everybody. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.